Hi Virgo, my name is Griselle with Psychic MD and I'm here to do your September reading. So without further ado, Virgo, what's going on for Virgo? Virgo, I feel a very relaxed energy for you for the month of September. I feel like, not like giving up, but I think that you're letting go of things that no longer serve you. And I think that's bringing you great peace, a lot more peace than you've had in a long time. You're not beating yourself up over it. You're not allowing other people to beat you up for past mistakes or things that have really weighed heavily upon you. And I'm glad for you. Hi. Oh, good. Okay. So Virgo, I've got the Six of Wands here, my jump card. Right off the bat, and what that indicates is I feel like you have a lot of admirers, people looking at you, people cheering you on, even if you want to call them haters, people that aren't necessarily part of your fan base, if you want to call it that. They've seen where you've come from, how you have had to really self-propel yourself, how you have reinvented yourself in a lot of ways, and interesting. I didn't expect to jump into reading quite this fast, but here we are in the thick of it. Now, I feel like people have also seen that you've come from a great darkness, not like a great darkness in a dramatic way, but perhaps you've come from a place that lacked a lot of clarity. You didn't have a lot of help. You were definitely self-propelled, because if you look, this lady is riding the hummingbird, and she has a little bait here. So I'm thinking switching bait. You've done a lot to be able to overcome your circumstances. You're self-propelled, self-compelled. You've decided, you've really kind of designed your lifestyle in a way that you've manufactured ways to propel you forward, okay? Where it didn't exist for you, the method, the means, or whatever, the madness, you have the wherewithal to be able to figure things out to launch you forward and to put you in a place that you want to be in, actually, dear Virgo. So I really love that for you. I also feel like some people are being propelled with you. Now, in this case, I do see some little birds on the flower, kind of perched up and taking a ride with you. And it could be that you have family that you're taking with you on this journey of self-improvement, a journey of clarity, a journey of peace, being able to sip the nectar and just enjoy the sights, if you will. I feel like you're trying to elevate your perspective, but I feel like you're very quiet on the down low about this. Anyways, Virgo, sorry about that. I'm learning how to use a new app, and apparently I didn't learn very well. Moving on. But with this, excuse me, beautiful reading, it definitely tells me that you're creative in your thinking, you're forward moving, you are possibly an entrepreneur. Maybe you're one of those people that decided, I'm going to make a business out of things that people can't even see. It's a business worthy endeavor. So what I mean by that is maybe you decide to take on like car detailing, a mobile car detailing unit, or even a mobile housekeeping unit, or feeding people that can't provide for themselves. And you just kind of go about your own business, taking care of that. Or maybe like local handyman, handywoman, or perhaps you travel and teach painting or art, or how people can beautify their homes. Something very entrepreneurial about it. Definitely a self-starter, definitely self-motivated. I don't feel like you had a lot of support. And dear Virgo, I really commend you on this, because I definitely can relate to that vibration of not having a lot of resources or whatever to propel you where you want to be. But the cool part is that I feel like people are now really understanding your worth. I think that you've been really underestimated for a lot of your life, and you are definitely being celebrated. So even if people secretly said, don't do this, don't do that, they are seeing your success and are actually cheering you on. What else do we have? Knight of Pentacles. You're definitely going about things slow and methodical. You know that easy does it. Focused steadily and only making deposits of your time, money, energy, and effort into something that is going to pan out, that is going to give you the results that you want, that is going to be long term, and also that's going to grow. So you're not going to be putting your time into something that's like a flash in the pan or a momentary passion, or investing a lot of time in, I don't know, something that's just here by day and then next month it's gone. Like, no get rich quick schemes here for you. And I really like that because it denotes longevity, it denotes commitment on your part. And when we commit to something, no matter how crazy it may seem to other people, no matter how vague the dream is, I feel like people did not understand you, by the way, or what you've been dreaming or thinking about. When you put that much time, effort, energy, and care, it does grow, it does manifest, it does help you propel you forward. So I feel like this dream, whatever it is that you're engaged in right now, is helping you to really focus on your future. Has a lot to do with your freedom. Maybe you're feeling a little bit like held back by circumstances. And yeah, it could be things that are going on globally right now. All right, Virgo, we're continuing on. Sorry about all the interruptions. But I feel like what you're investing in has a lot to do with your future, your freedom, perhaps the freedom of friends and family and loved ones. I feel like you are blooming as a person. This lady is all enveloped in blooms. They're hard to see on camera, perhaps. She's got red shoes on, red ballerina shoes. It could be that you feel, whether you're male or female, that you've been dancing as fast as you can. You're doing the best that you can with the resources that you have, but you're setting aside a lot of time, energy, blood, effort, blood, sweat, tears, all of that into something that is going to give you eventually freedom. Now, the cool part about this too is I just noticed she has control of this horse, even though the horse is made out of leaves, and this is definitely growth. So it's something that you control, that you manifested without a lot of help. You manifested it from thin air. This also reminds me of, I think it was a creator from Puerto Rico a few years back that would gather, I think it was candy wrappers, and then they eventually started sewing the candy wrappers and creating outfits and stuff like that, and wound up making it big because of what they did, because of vision and motivation. Next up, I have the Knight of Cups. And so the Knight of Cups is all about heart energy. We have the Lotus that is born of mud, without all of those elements and nutrients that look horrible and ugly. Maybe that represents like your past and a tumultuous kind of a dark place that you were. Maybe you underwent a dark night of the soul even. But you have emerged, coming out blooming and even more beautiful than before. I feel like your spirit and your heart has really transformed and changed. And even perhaps that you have been writing music in your mind, hearing music in your head, anything like that. Music can really make your heart sing is what I'm getting. It can transport and transform you. It can put you in a place of very like emotional giving, if that makes sense, okay? So maybe you're looking towards a future partner, someone that you love, someone that you care about, and somebody that inspires love and music and like a fondness, emotional gratification. So because it is a vibration of the Knight of Cups, you want to be careful, dear Virgo, that it is not just a spirit of, I want to woo you, I'm in love with love, and then they move on. Because that's a similar energy. A night vibration is just, they can sing to you beautiful songs and maybe serenade you outside of your palace or home or whatever. But there's no longevity to it. It's kind of like, okay, I'm here, and then next week I might be elsewhere serenading somebody else. So you want to be careful that this night does have longevity, that it's not just, it looks like I'll be wrestling with this until I figure it out during your reading. So maybe a lot of stops and starts, okay, for you, dear Virgo, because I've been doing readings for quite some time, and this is the first time that my app keeps turning everything off for me and giving me a time limit. I don't understand it quite yet. But you've probably had a lot of like, okay, let's go, let's stop, let's go, let's stop. Maybe it's a project that you've dedicated a lot of energy towards, and you've had to halt periodically throughout the years, but now it seems like it's gaining momentum. And Eight of Pentacles, perhaps you're going to school, perhaps you're studying, perhaps you're thinking about studying. I feel like you are definitely transformative in transforming your world as well. You're maybe even recycling new ideas, old ideas into forming something new. Maybe you're actually physically recycling things, taking things from your life. For example, an old set of curtains, and one time I made a pair of maternity pants when I was pregnant with my son like a zillion years ago. But it could be anything like that. It could be that you're transforming your surroundings, that you're like painting everything you have in your home, giving it a new life, a new spark, but most of all, polishing up yourself and reinventing yourself with what you have. And I love that energy. You're willing to put the elbow grease in, and that is just incredible. I think that things are blooming, a lot of transformation around you. I think that you're focused too, and I think that you're a little bit focused on the past and maybe even painting the past a different color. So you want to be careful with that, because she's, where I'm facing, she's actually facing the past. And it's really difficult to kind of shade and paint the past a different color than what it really was. I mean, if we came from mud, then that's what it was. And perspective is great. It's great to have a perspective that that's what helped you transform, but don't try to paint it into something that it wasn't. So that's the one caution with that card. I definitely see you putting a lot of energy, a lot of time, effort, and even perhaps money in formal classes. That could be something that is of interest to you. I think that at times you have a lot of brain fog, but most of all, Virgo, I think that you're not speaking anything of this nature. Like, whatever it is that you're doing in privacy, you're doing in secrecy. I think you're dedicating some time to love, because I do see she's wearing pink. Actually, we're wearing the same color. I'm not super fond of pink, but here we are. So I think that maybe what could be on your mind is perhaps painting a picture of a past love that's different than what it was, or trying to transform it, trying to evolve it. So she's like cuddling this big butterfly, or as my cousin used to say, flutterby. And she's sitting among all of the vines that are just incredibly beautiful and gorgeous. But I do feel like there's a vibe of a brain fog there. Virgo, so we left off at the brain fog and you painting perhaps a different situation for your past. Now, when I asked what this was all about, get the Three of Cups. So it's like you want to have a reunion with someone, you want to rejoice with someone, have fun, bring them back into your circle kind of a thing, because I see 3 hula hoops here. And it can be something that has to do with like what you're really motivated about and your desire. Inquiring a little bit more. It could have a lot to do with your personal intuition, or someone who's very intuitive that you are looking towards, and it has to do with your past. It could be a high priestess, someone who's really connected with spirit, who has the great mysteries, who keeps the secrets to himself or herself, who really understands what lies beneath the veil, behind the veil, things like that. This person has a lot of depth. Perhaps they have sailed across different oceans, maybe don't live anywhere near each other. This person has a lot of purity about themselves, and that they're very high-minded, meaning that they're connected with spirit and not really concerned with things of this earth. I'm seeing a lot of trees in her dress, so perhaps she's very grounded, but there's a lot of fog behind all those trees because of the blue. The blue also talks about the ability to speak, so maybe she has the ability, or he has the ability, to bring a measure of understanding to people that come from source or something like that, okay? And also I just want to address that perhaps there's an issue with stability because of the red curtains, and I'm seeing a lot of reference to the root chakra if you're into that sort of thing, dear Virgo. So I'm hoping that that makes sense to you. And I'd like to move on a little bit more about September in your love life. Anyone that is in a partnership, situationship, complicationship, I'd like to know more for the sign of Virgo. Virgo, please. What is going on here? So 10 of Swords, this is a lot of like betrayal, a lot of pain, feeling pain, anguish, things once again that are really cloudy in your mind. People perhaps saying things that are not so nice about you and to you. Look at this. This is one of my all-time favorite cards. This talks about definitely being up at night, not being able to sleep, having anxiety, trying to be protective of yourself in a lot of ways in regards to thinking about the past or thinking about this relationship. So if you're in a partnership, what this tells me is that perhaps you are partnered, but I'm saying if you're partnered currently, perhaps there's a lot of nastiness of what's going on. It's keeping you up at night. You're feeling a lot of betrayals, a lot of like mean words being tossed back and forth at you. Maybe you're feeling like you're carrying the burden and you're everybody's pincushion, because that's definitely what it feels like there. Inability to sleep, lack of clarity, high anxiety, insomnia. All of those things are indicated in your partnership right here. What else do we need to know about Virgo? 6 of Cups. You're wanting to return from when things were sweeter, more innocent, more joyful, emotionally fulfilling. Maybe you're thinking about a partnership from the past that gave you those emotions. And blooming in her hair are these thoughts that she just, or he wants something that feeling from the past of like we're family, we're connected, it was innocent, and we had a lot of dreams that were in those balloons perhaps, okay? I definitely get that. And I'm feeling the High Priestess came out again, so once again this could be perhaps a love from your past, somebody that you really esteemed highly. It could be a mother figure or it could be yourself, but I feel like it's someone that has higher wisdom and knowledge. That card is the She Who Knows card. Next, I'd like to do partnership. No, I'd like to do love for Virgos that are not partnered, people that are not in any sort of relationship whatsoever. For Virgo, please. You're seeking justice, equality, equanimity, balance. You want all things that represent those things. I still see a great brain fog, but you're looking to cut down anything that you cannot build on, because you're not going to build on anything that isn't equal, that isn't balanced intellectually, spiritually, emotionally, financially, whatever. So you're looking at all those factors, and you're not going to take less than or accept less than. You will definitely cut off anything that doesn't meet those expectations. King of Cups, so it could be yourself headed towards someone with a lot of emotion. I think that the way that you dress is very beautiful, dear Virgo. It could be just like having fine cloth. I get fabric textures. I get a subtleness about it that just really pops and stands out. I don't really know quite the style. It's minimalistic, but it's very, by the same token, very alluring. If you look at this guy's shirt, it's kind of like an ombre. So it starts off with maybe like a gray, and it tapers down to the depths of the whales and the depths of the ocean. And I feel like that's your way of dressing, a little bit understated, but definitely alluring. Or this could be somebody coming towards you. They want movement towards you. They're holding it close to their chest. It is dear to your chest or their chest. This other person coming, I can't help but think for my single Virgos that this is a person headed towards you, but perhaps that they've lost their mind a little bit, or you've lost your mind, and you definitely want to head towards them. There's an air of purity or the unwritten, unspoken, because the sails are just blank. There's no like declaration of how I'm going to arrive or where I'm coming from. So maybe it's a great unknown, but I see there's a ton of emotion involved. With this person coming towards you, or you headed towards them. And again, everything, there's a lot of mental energy that isn't meshing thus far, okay? Hope that that's making sense. That's just how it goes, right? Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and take this. Virgo, so we have the King of Pentacles and it jumped up reverse. Now I want to say about that is that perhaps you're getting these offers or thinking about it, but you're not going to invest the time, the energy, the effort. So maybe this person can't make up their mind and there's not a lot of clarity. And we have the King of Pentacles here, which means that typically this person is really well off, they're balanced, they know what to invest in, and they take their time. They're laser focused, they have the Midas touch, and they will invest in you. And what I'm seeing here is that there's not a lot of clarity here. This person does not want to invest time in you, or the other way around. The scenario can be vice versa. So there is one option. Another option for Virgo, who is not attached, has no relationship, situationship. Nothing going on. Ace of Swords, you want clarity. You want clarity. I feel like there's a lot of ancestral action going on here within your mind. Maybe you're getting messages. Maybe you are trying to gain clarity. But the key to this mental thing is going to be the pure truth. So this is a desire to seek the truth and nothing but the truth. And that is the key. And then I see like there are two hands here, like he's holding his hands collapsed within himself, holding the key. But I almost feel like there's a third hand if you look really carefully. And I'm not really sure if that's just me or if that's what I'm seeing. But anyways, I feel collaboration and obtaining the truth, because sometimes the truth can only be obtained by having someone else cooperate with you. So I hope that that works for you, that you understand all of these choppy messages. I'm getting, Virgo, this has been like, I've never recorded anything like this before. So I'm going to kind of watch it and hope that it flows well and hope that you understand. But all of these choppy messages, I feel like you're getting a lot of stop, start, go, stop, start, go, that kind of a vibe. Much love to you, and I feel like I need to do like a bonus reading for you. Thank you much. Namaste.